I think it's time we give this super nice Lancer Tactical LTX competition a dot sight for that RMR that's built into it. And aren't I lucky? CVLIFE reached out to me and asked if I wanted to check out another one of the red dots on their line. This is the WolfProwl Multiple Reticle Red Dot. And last time we checked out a product from them, I actually had really positive experience. It was super cool. It was a solar or partially solar powered red dot, so it worked with solar or with battery, which was really, really cool. This one doesn't. However, something that I loved about last time, which this one also showcases, is 3 different reticle options in one, and we'll take a look at that in a second. So this is the red dot. It's kind of crazy looking. It's almost got like this geometric shape to the front of it, and it protrudes a little bit further than the body or the, I guess, battery housing of the red dot, which is cool. You'll see on the left you have your power up button, the right you'll have your power off button, and then some of your windage and elevation adjustments on the top and on the side. This can be RMR mounted, or it can be mounted with, I believe, yep, there it is. Okay, and then this is your little rail mounting segment. So if you want to, you can mount the red dot to this guy, and you can mount this up to your rails. We're not actually going to need this because the LTX competition that we'd be mounting it on has a built-in RMR plate, so we're going to use that. And something that I've always liked about CVLIFE as well is they give you hardware out the wazoo. When I tell you they have so many different options for screws. Talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and they are all labeled in the event that you don't know which type of screw you're going to need, and each one of the screws also comes with some Loctite already installed on it, so it won't be backing out or losing zero anytime soon, which is even cooler. Now this is cool. I don't actually remember seeing this last time, so maybe this is something new that they include in the box. This looks like a mounting plate if you have to change the profile of the mount. Let's see. Maybe? So it does. It just changes the profile. So instead of the point where the 2 pins would protrude into the points in the front of the reticle to give it a 4 points of contact instead of just the 2 screws, what this will do is allow you to utilize 2 new points of contact on the lower, which are going to obviously depend on what RMR or mounting plate you're throwing this red dot on. So something really cool about CVLIFE is it is extremely versatile, and they give you what seems to be all of the tools and hardware necessary to adjust and add and mount and you name it with your new red dot. That's cool. Multifunctional wrench. What is this guy? I'm assuming this is just a tool. Yeah, so it looks like you got a flathead, and you got a T5 bit. It's got this nice place to grip it. So they just include some more hardware for you and some more tools, which is even cooler. There's just so much. Just take a look before we throw it onto the LTX competition. We're just going to press the on button, and you can see the reticle. It's super clear in person, but for some reason the video chooses not to keep it as clear as possible. And you see we have the circular reticle on the outside, like those crosshairs, plus the small dot in the center. If we hold the left button, that up or power up button, for I think like 3 seconds, it'll switch into just a single red dot. And if we hold it again, it should switch just to the circle without the dot in the center. So it's crosshairs, no dot. And then hold it again, and the dot pops back up. So you see we got 3 different reticles on this red dot, which is super nice. And that is extremely clear. And you can dim the brightness by pressing the down or dimmer button on the right. You could dim it a little bit. And then you could also bring it back up by pressing the power on button. Super, super cool. Easy enough, no matter what I did, I could not find screws that were long enough to get them into the LTX competition RMR plate, and I'm not exactly sure why. So maybe some slightly longer screws would be best. Definitely an M3. I just took 2 M3 bolts that I had lying around, and I cut them down a little bit, and that should honestly suffice. We're going to use an RMR mount or an RMR plate, the adapter that came with the LTX competition. This is the Trijicon RMR. I'm not going to pretend I know what that is. Maybe that's a existing red dot, and this is the same profile that will work. And you'll see now when you mount it on, it now has 4 points of contact, those 2 pinholes up in the front, and then the 2 screw holes in the back. So it'll solidify that onto the mount, obviously without the gap, first of all, that you would originally have if you didn't have the plate. And it should reduce wobble and help you hold 0. We're going to test out these 2 little bolts I cut. We'll drop them into the holes, and hopefully they are long enough to get all the way down in there and hold, but short enough to lock the red dot down in place and not restrict the slide, because there is a port where they can exit. So we just gotta be a little careful. Definitely always recommend throwing a little Loctite on there, but that is rock solid, and the slide reciprocates without any friction. They're not going all the way through. So that is awesome. Perfect. Well, let's go test it out finally. If being totally honest, that fits the vibe. So cool. The black on black, with the porting here and the ports here, the geometric shape and the geometric shapes. I always feel like it belongs on this thing. All right, let's throw the drum mag in, because we need a ton of rounds in order to test that this thing can hold 0. And this portion of the video, we're going to dial in our red dot, and we want to zero in our optics. So we're going to look down the red dot. I'm going to look down. You guys are going to check out the windage and elevation adjustments. We're going to start off with our elevation. We're firing a little high. So we're going to first bring down the round. So up is right, so we're going to bring it down. So we're going to twist it to the clockwise position. Go maybe one more. Okay, and now we have to adjust it windage-wise, so we're going to bring the round to the left a tad bit. So right is counterclockwise, left is clockwise, and those do click, which is super nice. Yeah, we're spot on. Okay, we're awesome. Let's go test it out in the field. Again, we got the red dot mounted up, and we're going to start off with some smaller targets out in the field. We got 6 of them, all ranging between, I'd say 50 feet and 20 feet away. And we're going to try and double plink both of them, 2 each, 2 each, 2 each, all the way down to the 6 of them, and see how it fares, see if it holds 0. It's nice and tight on there, and it looks phenomenal. If at any point we have to adjust it onto some smaller targets at different ranges, I did bring the tool out with me so we can do so. We'll start off with our first test in 3, 2, 1. There we go. I'm hitting a branch. There we go. Now keep in mind, some of these are going to be either user error or replica error, because I'm not very great, and it is a sidearm, so keep that in mind. Let's roll it again. This time we'll do 1 a pop. I didn't hit that one. Come on. Jeez. There we go. That far one is hard to hit. It's like a branch just completely hanging in the way. Wow. I can't stress enough, I love the way that looks. Let's end it off. So there you have it. A red dot that works. Absolutely a fan. Love the way it looks. I had a blast testing it out, and this is the second time that I've been blown away by a red dot from CVLIFE. If you enjoy the optics and red dot content, let me know in the comments below. I have a fun time testing them, and I have a lot of replicas that do need them. So if you like it, we'll continue to test these kinds of things out and showcase them on the channel. For now, catch you in the next adventure. Peace.